What is going on, Broncos Country? It's your boy, Sigh, here, as always, on the Altitude Report. Happy Monday, unless it's a not happy Monday, first day back at work after the weekend. In that case, chillax, sit down, grab a beverage. We're going to talk about some Broncos football coming up here. We got a lot of good stuff to get to today. We're going to go over the Alex Singleton play that seems to have gotten a ton of attention for all the wrong reasons. So I'm going to explain why the reaction to this Alex Singleton play has been far overblown. And not only that, it was not Alex Singleton's fault. So I'm going to go over all of that. Jalen Waddle, I got some more good stuff on Jalen Waddle. This dude, I was not exaggerating when I said this dude is going to change our entire offensive trajectory. That was not an exaggeration, dude. Jalen Waddle is going to be that guy for the Denver Broncos offense. Jonah Coleman, he got some very good compliments at practice today as well. I'm going to go over that. We're going to go over how, and I cannot stress this enough, Broncos Country. I can't stress this enough. It's preseason. We are strictly playing cover 2 and cover 3 on defense, nothing more. I promise you, everything is going to be okay defensively. Vanilla. That is the defensive mantra in preseason. Show nothing. Vance Joseph is one of the most exotic blitzing defensive coordinators in the league. He blitzes at a very high rate, and he makes it, he structures the defense so you never know where the blitz is coming from, right? And being that we play a division rival in the Chiefs week 1, why would you want to give them anything? Any potential new wrinkles that Vance Joseph may or may not have added based on personnel or whatever, why would you want to give anything away to Andy Reid and the Chiefs? So we are going to be vanilla defense in the preseason. It's okay. Let's all take a deep breath. I understand the Broncos are in a spot now that we probably haven't been in, quite a while, considering last year and this year. So it's okay, guys. Tranquilo. Let's calm down. Okay. And then we also got some news on Riley Moss's injury. Riley Moss, injury update. Did not take very long. I'm going to go over that as well. We're going to talk about the Chargers. We're going to talk about the Raiders. We're going to talk about Manti Te'o. Of course. Of course we are. The dude just cannot stop putting his foot in his mouth when it comes to our beloved Denver Broncos. So we're going to go over that. And last but not least, y'all, it's preseason, okay? Let's just take a chill pill. Let's relax. It's preseason. You can lose a preseason game. Your backups and your backups can get their butts whipped in a preseason game. And it really doesn't mean anything for the trajectory of your season. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to cue the intro, and we're going to dive right into all of this. Thank you so much for joining me on this Monday evening. I am Cy, lifelong Broncos fan from the state of Hawaii, actually. And it's great to be with you all here on this Monday afternoon. We are going to jump right into some of the stuff that I told you I wanted to show you. All right, so we are going to start off here with this Alex Singleton play. So this was a touchdown that the defense gave up against the Green Bay Packers. A lot of people just completely blamed Alex Singleton for this play. I'm going to explain why that's not exactly the case. So if you see here, there was some miscommunication on the defensive side. So you see Alex Singleton here. You see Alex Singleton very clearly trying to communicate to everybody that they needed to make some adjustments. I think he was trying to get them into man coverage, actually. So if you look here, he was calling to make some adjustments, and nobody followed those adjustments, and that's exactly why you had two wide open guys right here. Could have scored a touchdown to either one of them. But yeah, Alex Singleton was trying to communicate that, hey, we're trying to switch to man coverage or zone coverage. He was switching to one of them, and half the defense, or maybe the entire secondary, didn't really hear it or didn't understand it. Jahdae Barron was also in the game due to Riley Moss's injury. So I think he was one of the people out of position, which makes sense. The guy, is playing sort of out of position compared to where he's used to playing. So it makes sense, guys, right? And then if you go here, Sean Payton, he discussed this as well. He says that Alex Singleton on the Packers touchdown was doing algebra 4. So Singleton was really trying to get everybody situated. Obviously some funny memes there, but he was trying to get everybody situated and in the correct spot, and it just didn't happen. And it's okay. I would rather have these kinds of mistakes on either side of the ball happen in preseason as opposed to week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that is something we can all kind of calm down about. It's okay. It's okay. Alex Singleton did not make a horrendous blunder, and we don't need to be questioning bringing him back. Is he the most athletic linebacker? Is he the best linebacker in coverage? No, but we decided to allocate resources to other places, and it's okay. It's okay. And then now we are going to get into some more Jalen Waddle stuff. A lot of people, you see this Sleeper NFL here on X, a lot of people are predicting that Jalen Waddle is in store for a career year. And I believe it, man. The reason I believe it is because that 35-yard catch by Jalen Waddle is just one of the very few examples we're going to have when this season's all done, in February for us. It's just one of the few examples we're going to be able to point to and say, you know what? This trade paid off big time. It made our offense virtually unstoppable. I mean, brother, Jalen Waddle's going to turn this offense around. And if you just look at it from a skill set perspective, when's the last time we had a receiver with the skill set of Jalen Waddle? With the route running, with the speed, with the quickness, right? Yards after catch ability. It's been a while. And it's awesome to see him and Bo Nix getting this camaraderie, and he loves it in Denver. And if you don't believe me, here's the man himself. This is, on the sidelines, him and Jonah Coleman practicing mile-high salutes there. And then Sean Payton comes in and they get a little nervous. But I thought that was awesome that they're practicing their mile-high salutes. Jalen Waddle loves it here in Denver, guys. And, it's something that it's almost like reinvigorated his excitement, right? Being here in Denver with a team that's on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl with a head coach like Sean Payton, right? And a quarterback like Bo Nix who can get him the ball on time, who can get him the ball, properly, unlike Tua last year. I mean, he seems so much happier here in Denver. And I'm predicting a career year for Jalen Waddle as well. I don't think that's a far off prediction to make at all. And then we go here. Sean Payton was very complimentary today on Jonah Coleman. Let's take a listen to this.
Savvy, smart. I think, you saw, I've said this a number of times, you don't feel a young player. So that's a real good trait. Smart, it's good contact balance, and so that lends itself to a little bit smoother transition than maybe some. We've been around successful players that maybe took a little longer when they arrived, and then some that arrived a little quicker. I think.
So there, if you heard him, he's saying Jonah Coleman he arrived already a step ahead of a lot of rookies, and he's picking it up quick. He's making plays, and it's very impressive. Sean Payton said he's worked with players who have had success that took a little bit longer to develop, and Jonah Coleman is obviously not in that category. So that's exciting stuff. I think, some of the playmakers we added, right? Jalen Waddle, we added Jonah Coleman to the run game. We brought back J.K. Dobbins. We have some decent depth at tight end now. I think Justin Jolie needs some, growing, and of course it's a tight end position. It's a rough position to come in at as a rookie, but I think we've added some playmakers to this offense, Jalen Waddle and Jonah Coleman being the main two. And I think Jonah Coleman changes this run game for the simple fact that Jonah Coleman, he's going to be your outside the tackles explosive run kind of guy, right? And then J.K. Dobbins is going to be your in between the tackles, hit the gaps type of runner. And then, of course, we got RJ Harvey, who is absolutely like a third down receiving back, and he is phenomenal catching the ball out of the backfield. I think this running back room is going to eat this year as a whole, as a room. I don't know if we're going to get, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 yard running back this year, but I think this running back room has a real chance to be successful and complement each other as well as this offense really well. And obviously Sean Payton thinks that Jonah Coleman is picking it up very quickly, which is good news. So I feel like we have a ton to be excited about when it comes to our running backs. And then, here we go. Jalen Waddle also discussed Jonah Coleman. It wasn't just Sean Payton. Jalen Waddle talked about how he's been making plays since he arrived.
Man, Jonah, he's been making plays since he got here. He's a confident guy. Go out there and play with that confidence. That's kind of my advice. Don't lose that confidence because just because you're in the NFL now, just stay true to your game. Hit what you see.
So there he is. He's saying Jonah's been making plays since he got here, and he hopes he keeps that confidence and keeping that confidence. Just because you're a rookie doesn't mean you can't show up and show out, right? And I think Jonah Coleman is planning on doing that as much as he can this year. And then we're going to move on here to the big news of the day. Riley Moss's rib injury is not serious, and they're just going to be smart with him, per Sean Payton. So this is fantastic news. A lot of us were looking at, potential. What's it look like if he potentially has a broken rib, right? Because that can lead to problems with the rest of your body. That can leave someone out for quite some time. A broken rib would have been bad news, but Riley Moss avoided that. It's not a very serious injury. They're just going to be smart with him and probably put him on ice till week 1. I think that's a fantastic idea. Guys, preseason means nothing. I cannot stress this enough. Yes, it's great to get your feet wet and get some in-game experience before the actual season starts. You might pick up a few things that you may need to improve. You might see a few things that you maybe want to tweak and do differently. But overall, especially for us, we're coming off the cusp of a season. We're coming off a season where we really should have been in the Super Bowl. If Bo Nix doesn't break his ankle, we're playing the Seahawks in February, right? So if you consider that, and you consider the fact that we are looking at playing in February this year, the Broncos are not a team that are going to be okay with, playing in January and just making it to the dance, right? No. We want to win prom king, right? We're going to be playing in February. So that's our goal. So you got to be a little bit smarter. Obviously, holding out Riley Moss is a great thing. And it's great to hear that his injury is not serious at all. Here is Sean Payton discussing Riley Moss's injury.
It's nothing serious. We're being smart. We'll see as the week progresses where he's at.
Nothing serious, just being smart. I think it's the right call. Riley Moss is going to be A-okay, and anyone who knows here on the Altitude Report, we're predicting a redemption arc this season for Riley Moss. So great to see that is going to go forward as planned, unhindered. So now we're going to jump into Chargers gonna Charger chat. Chargers are going to Charger. Center Tyler Biadasz is out indefinitely after suffering damage to his ACL. And the Chargers also have other injuries here. I believe Quentin Johnston, their number 1 wide receiver, he is also injured now. The Chargers, man, they are truly little brother, right? They are always next year's champion. And I know Chargers fans are going to chime in and, Herbert has a 3-0 record against Bo Nix. Right. Herbert can't win a playoff game. So sure. Anyways, this is bad news for the Chargers. The Chargers didn't really add any playmakers. The Chargers didn't really fix the offensive line. They were just kind of banking on health, right? And Tyler Biadasz was the one dude they added to the O-line, and he's the one that's going to be out for the season. I would never prey on somebody's injury. I would never pray for a player on an opposing team to get hurt in any kind of way. It's just another example of I don't know why the NFL analysts and media love the Chargers so much, but this kind of thing happens to them every single year. So the Chargers, they do not worry me this year as much as they did last year or the year before. Not even close. It's not even comparable. So I believe this is the year Bo Nix gets that monkey off his back. And I think there's a real shot to go 2-0 against Justin Herbert. Then we're going to move on. The Raiders. The Raiders got some rough news as well. Raiders running back Ashton Jeanty had to be helped off the practice field today. He's believed to have suffered a sprained ankle. The Raiders are unsure how long he will be out, but it is considered not a long-term injury, and the organization is breathing a sigh of relief. Now, it was originally reported that he tore an ACL. I remember that coming across my phone. Looks like they avoided that, that's good, man. I would never pray for somebody to get injured, but I would never wish that on anybody. But Ashton Jeanty did sprain his ankle, and they say it's not a long-term injury, man. Sprained ankles, how many times have we seen it? A sprained ankle can literally tarnish somebody's season because it lingers, and if you don't give it the right time, you can have even more complications when you come back too early. So it does. We'll have to see what grade of a sprain it is. They didn't specify here, but Ashton Jeanty, it's not looking good. And if you look at the rest of that Raiders offense, who do they have that scares you outside of Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty? Right? Ashton Jeanty's going to be injured. He may be hobbled for quite a while. Brock Bowers, that's it. So the Raiders do not scare me at all. But they really shouldn't have scared anybody. This is not the year that we're going to be seeing a Las Vegas Raiders improvement or a major step up in any sort of way. And then we are going to end with this. For some reason, Manti Te'o just has it, and I respected Manti Te'o growing up, right? He's a fellow Polynesian guy from Hawaii. Like, I want to respect Manti Te'o, but he keeps putting his foot in his mouth and keeps disrespecting my Denver Broncos. So the respect is starting to decline a little bit. I don't understand what his deal is. I don't know if, he's still bitter about the whole girlfriend situation. I don't know if, Bo Nix maybe upset him some kind of way. Don't know how that would have happened, but something happened, chat, where he just hates the Denver Broncos. So Zach Kelberman, shout out to Zach. He posted really good stuff. He mentions here the entire clip is unnecessarily backhanded, and it starts off crazy where Manti talks about Jalen Waddle almost fumbling the football on the catch, and I've watched it several times now, even in the clip that they show, and I don't see what the heck he's talking about.
He did good. We talked about on Friday that it was going to be 14 plays that Sean Payton had planned for his quarterback. And when I saw that he played 14 plays, me playing for Sean Payton in the past, I know that he had a great game. But when I looked at Bo Nix from the injury, he looked comfortable. Hit Jalen Waddle once on this play. Look, Waddle, look at the ball security. So, Waddle almost fumbled it 2 times.
What is he talking about? Somebody in the comments, please help me out. What is he talking about? So here is Jalen Waddle catching the football. I have yet to see a bobble. I don't see he switches arms. I don't know, man. I don't know. He secured the catch just fine to me and got 15 yards after the play. So I don't know what he's talking about. Manti Te'o is a hater.
But, watching Bo Nix in there, he's hitting all his targets. Look at his feet. He looks a lot more comfortable. And I think that's the best progress for him from last year. More importantly, you start to see Sean throw that ball down the field. And it was a big difference from 2025 was Bo wasn't comfortable for whatever reason throwing the ball more than 20 yards down the field. Now in this first preseason game back, he's throwing the ball in the middle of the field, down the field to his running back. KB, it looked good for Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos this preseason.
Wasn't comfortable throwing the ball down the field. Bro, did you not watch the Denver Broncos at all last year? That's my thing. If you're going to be an analyst, you should at least watch the team you're speaking about, right? This dude just keeps putting his foot in his mouth, Broncos country. This is ridiculous. I don't understand how some people make it onto national media analyst desks, but You know, between this kind of thing and between what's Nick Wright's show? What's Nick Wright's show? I forget the name of his show. That show that Nick Wright is on is literally just a Broncos bashing football analyst show. That's all they do is bash us. But you know what, guys? It's okay, because I'll tell you what, we have each other. That's number one. Broncos Country is a really structured fan base. We're very, very tight knit, so they can't take that away from us. And number two, we know what we got. We may be the only ones that see it, that, you know, a 14-3 team from last year that was an ankle injury away from going to the Super Bowl, only improved in the offseason, right? And Bo Nix is going into his third year. And somehow we're the only ones that see, like, hey, this is a recipe for success. But you know what, chat? That is okay, Broncos Country. We are going to prove all of the haters wrong, and I cannot wait to see Manti Te'o's face come February. So there you have it, Broncos Country. Let me know what you guys think down below. The Raiders and Chargers are very banged up. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is coming off a major injury for the Chiefs. Somehow, some way, they are still predicting us to finish third in the division. They're predicting the Chiefs and the Chargers to both finish ahead of us. How absurd can you get? But hopefully I, brought down some of the heat on Alex Singleton. Everything is okay, right? Jalen Waddle, we need to all be excited about Jalen Waddle. And the same thing goes for Jonah Coleman. Both of those guys are going to help transform this offense in a major, major way. Everything is okay with Riley Moss. He avoided any sort of major injury. He is going to be just fine come week 1 of the regular season against Kansas City. And of course, the haters are still going to hate. That's what they do. Haters hate. You know what we need to be asking is, why can't we get more? Let's get the maximum number of haters, right? We are going to XP farm all these haters, because the Broncos are going to be playing in February, and I cannot wait to see you all in February when we are on the cusp of winning another championship. And that's all I got to say to anybody who considers themselves an analyst that just hates on the Broncos for whatever reason, right? But we will be in February, and I cannot wait to see you all there. And I believe we can all salute to that. I'm Sigh. I'm getting out of here. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. We are going to be trying to upload daily Broncos content. I will make a very serious attempt. I still have a day job, right? But I will be trying to make a very serious attempt to post something for you guys every single day and getting into the season. And this week for preseason game number 3, join me right here on youtube.com. I will be hosting a watch along for preseason week 3. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that. Comment your thoughts down below, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video.